Keanu Reeves walked into the lobby of his own $380 million hotel. No bodyguards, no suit, no announcement. Just a faded leather jacket, worn sneakers, and a calm look that said, "I belong here whether you notice or not." The receptionist glanced up. "Do you have a reservation?" "No," Keanu replied. She pointed toward a seating area. "You can wait there." Keanu nodded and sat quietly. Minutes passed. Guests in designer clothes were treated like royalty, champagne offered, luggage carried, names greeted with warmth. Meanwhile, Keanu sat unnoticed, ignored, just another man in the lobby. A security guard finally approached. "Sir, this area is for guests. You need to leave." Keanu looked up calmly. "I'll wait a moment." The guard frowned, frustration growing. "I'm serious. You must leave." No one else intervened. No one cared. What none of them realized was this: the man they were about to remove owned the entire hotel. For years he had stayed away, quietly observing, letting the business run while avoiding unnecessary attention. But today, he had returned to see the truth, not numbers, not reports, but people. The employees' arrogance, the executives' dismissal, the invisible hierarchy. He wanted to see it all firsthand. And what he saw already told him everything he needed to know. Have you ever been judged or dismissed before people truly knew who you were? Most people inside the hotel had no idea who Keanu was. To them, he wasn't the owner. He wasn't a billionaire investor quietly holding 53% of the company. He was just a stranger in worn shoes. But the truth was far more interesting. Years ago, he had invested early in the hotel, believing in its vision while others chased quick profit. Over time, he became the majority owner, quietly, almost invisibly. Keanu didn't make appearances. He rarely intervened. Board meetings, calls, and reports handled everything he needed to know. Why? Because he understood something most people don't: power changes behavior. People act differently when they know you're powerful. Smiles become automatic, compliments exaggerated, pretenses polished. To see the truth, you must remove the mask. That morning, Keanu wanted no mask for anyone, not the staff, not the executives. He wanted to experience the hotel the way a regular guest would. No perks, no recognition, no advantage. He wanted to see who treated others with genuine respect and who only cared about appearances. As he sat quietly, he observed the subtle dismissals, the whispered jokes, the glances that avoided eye contact. Not because he was loud or annoying, but because he appeared powerless. That's when he realized. True character reveals itself when people think you don't matter. Have you ever noticed how people treat you differently when they think you have nothing to offer? Minutes passed. Executives walked past him without acknowledgement. One sneered at his worn sneakers, another laughed loudly on the phone. Guests received immediate attention, drinks, assistants praise. Keanu, nothing. A security guard approached again. "Sir, you must leave." Keanu looked around the lobby, calm, not angry. "I'll leave when I'm done observing." This was the moment he realized it wasn't personal. It wasn't about him. It was arrogance, a habit. People who think the world owes them respect often show their true selves when they believe someone doesn't matter. And what he was seeing, quietly, without drama, was a pattern. Executives ignored him, laughed at him, treated him like an inconvenience. Staff treated him like a problem to manage, not a person. It was small things. No water offered, no friendly acknowledgement, no curiosity. The hotel's culture was revealed in these tiny moments, moments most would have missed if they weren't paying attention. Keanu stood slowly, calm, certain. He was about to enter the boardroom, not to confront, not to yell, but to reveal a truth the executives had never seen coming. Have you ever been made to feel invisible, just because someone decided you didn't belong? Keanu walked through the glass doors of the executive corridor. Executives froze. "Who is this?" one whispered. "Security, remove him." Keanu stepped inside the boardroom, calm, unrushed. He pulled a simple card from his jacket and placed it on the table. Faces froze, recognition hit slowly. "This is Keanu Reeves," whispered someone. "The majority shareholder, the owner." Smiles disappeared. Confidence faltered. The same people who ignored him minutes ago now struggled to speak. Keanu looked at each person. "I didn't come to be recognized. I came to observe. I sat in your lobby. I was ignored, dismissed, treated like I didn't matter." Sweat formed on foreheads. Then he added, "And while I was sitting there, I discovered something worse than arrogance." He reached for the folder. Executives leaned forward. Hidden plans, secret transfers, a sale that could destroy hundreds of jobs. The room went silent. Panic replaced laughter. The moment they realized, underestimating someone never ends well. If you were in their place, what would you be most afraid he already knew? The documents revealed internal betrayal, plans to sell the hotel quietly, to pocket short-term profits at the cost of employees, staff layoffs disguised as restructuring, financial moves hidden from ownership. A young employee stepped in shaking. I was asked to prepare these documents, he said. I didn't feel right about it. Keanu nodded. You showed integrity. That matters more than titles. Executives realized their arrogance wasn't just disrespectful, it was dangerous. Their secrecy, their dismissals, their belief that no one was watching had been completely exposed. Keanu looked around. You weren't just careless. You were dishonest. And you thought I wouldn't notice. The room fell silent. Fear replaced confidence. The balance of power had shifted. Keanu stood at the head of the table, calm, controlled. This isn't about revenge, he said. It's about responsibility. Executives hoped for leniency. What can fix this? Keanu replied. But I won't let you. All executive roles represented here are terminated. Effective immediately. Security entered. The same guards who once tried to remove him from the lobby now escorted the executives out. Keanu turned to the employees. Your jobs are safe, he said. Relief spread. There will be changes. Leadership will now serve people, not ego. He had observed, he had judged, he had acted. Power doesn't always arrive loudly sometimes. It sits quietly, and when it stands, everything changes. The lobby was quiet. Staff whispered among themselves, still processing what had happened. Keanu walked among them, not to be praised, but to understand. I know this was unsettling, he said. Change is uncomfortable, but this hotel exists because of you, not boardrooms. He explained the new culture: respect, transparency, integrity, not just promises but systems. How we treat people when we think they have no power, he said, with the truest reflection of character. He spoke with every department, housekeeping, kitchen maintenance, listening more than talking. Leadership, he showed his curiosity, not status. By evening, the building felt lighter, not perfect but aware. Staff understood arrogance may hide temporarily, but integrity always matters. Clothes don't measure character. Titles don't define worth, Keanu said, and power doesn't excuse arrogance. As he left, no applause followed. Just people returning to work a little more conscious, a little wiser. The story wasn't about a famous man. It was about respect, humility, and the courage to notice what others ignore.